Hi, this is Larry and Watson again. We're going to give you a little bit of a tour, a transition between week 1 and week 2 in IELOL, and see how long he behaves here. So, wonderful, wonderful introductions in the program, and just incredible range of experiences we have. And I want to encourage you to try to take some time and read through a few of those and get to know who else is in the class. You'll see that we have people from Alaska to Beirut and Chile and Mexico and Spain, and it's just an incredible. I'm sure I'm missing some others in there, but this year we have 49 participants, and I know it's a little hard to keep up with all of that. It's challenging. So do your best. Stop in when you can. Maybe pick out one or two that might interest you. One thing that never ceases to amaze me are the number of connections that get made between individuals. Either you know someone from another location, or you know their colleague, or your son went there, or something. It's a fascinating small world when you get right down to it, and it's a wonderful way to connect with people and get to know them a little bit before you meet face to face. So a little bit of a transition. Let me tell you a little bit about how the weeks work. As we draw week 1 to a close, you can still continue to post there and read through and do whatever you need to do. However, the faculty members will be moving to week 2. So you may or may not get a response. Once we're done a week, we move on, and the faculty are not obligated to go back and keep up with those who are just joining us. So if you don't get your work done in week 1, you have an opportunity to pick it up in week 2 and hopefully join us then. There is a very important link I'd like to make note of in our IELOL class. At the very top of the Moodle section, you'll see an item called News and Updates. And what Patty and I decided to do this year was to add a forum. So we built it as a forum. And in the forum, it has a variety of threads. So I think there are 5 in there right now. Please take some time. This is kind of important. And read through those threads. In each one of those, we've tried to cover. The first one is an FAQ, for example, about IELOL. So I got a question today about the dress code. What is the dress code? Dress code's business casual, but we addressed that in the FAQ. People ask about, when do I have to show up for IELOL? Does it start on, Monday evening or what? That's in the FAQ. It's also on the website. So please, it'll only take you a couple minutes, but it'll address so many of your questions. And if you can ask me a question that is, what should I say, worthy of being added to the FAQ, you'll get a special prize of some sort. We'll come up with something for you from Penn State. So love to hear new questions, and we want to make that document as rich as possible. There's also a note in the FAQ, in that news and notes about our guests from CREOD. CREOD is a consortium of Latin American institutions involved in distance education and online learning. We're going to have some guests. They'll be joining us both in the face-to-face classroom as well as the online work. So please take some time and read through that so that you know who's going to be with us in the classroom. I also posted an update on the IELOL Masters class. That's the class that'll be happening, or the workshop, if you will, that'll be happening as part of the Online Learning Consortium annual conference, which is held in Orlando every year. Please, again, read through that. The program isn't completely finalized, but we do know a few things. We know it's going to be a full-day program. It's going to occur on Tuesday, October 28th. And the hope is that once you're down there for that program, you stay for the rest of the OLC annual conference. It's an amazing conference, money well spent. Just by way of clarification, your conference, I just thought of another question to add to the FAQ. Your pre-conference fee is covered through your registration for IELOL. If you wish to attend the rest of the conference, then you need to pay the regular registration and for the conference fee. There's also a note in there about badging. We're having some issues actually with our badging platform. We were using badging.us. I'm having some issues with that, and we're going to probably need to change to Credly, and I'll be doing that hopefully this week. So we'll be able to begin to issue you badges as you complete your assignments in sections of IELOL. The first badge is for the primer. which is what we're involved in now. And to get your badge for the primer, you must complete all the assignment requirements. As you know, there are 3 per week. And again, generally light lifting, but 1 or 2 of them might require a little bit more of your time. So please tune into that if you would. And finally, there's a note in there about the moderators, so you know who else is going to be in the class. The moderators are IELOL alums. They're here to help the faculty members and to help you use and get to be familiar with IELOL to your best advantage. So hopefully you have some time and say hello to our moderators as well. They'll become a bit more important as we move into the, well, they're important of course, but a bit more important in the project section, which happens after the primer, and that begins in September. So a little bit about week 2. Now we're going to start to get into some meat and potatoes, as we say in the U.S., that the heart, if you will, of the program. Tracy Matrano is going to be walking us through some thinking of shifting from the operational aspects of our day-to-day lives, a lot of the place where we live on a daily basis, to more of that strategic and visionary perspective, and how do you balance those two out. She'll introduce you to a wonderful article that we've used for a number of years called Zoom In and Zoom Out. I think you'll enjoy it. It's, again, light reading, but a really good resource for you. Mark Brown is going to be talking about the changing landscape in higher education. And as you know, it is fast and quick in its change. And how do you keep on top of that? Mark will guide us through a bit of that. Finally, Andrew Sheehan will be talking about disruptive leadership. Andrew is new as a faculty member. He was part of IELOL in 2012. And he's a great resource, has lots of new energy and new ideas. And his topic is on disruptive leadership. So take a few moments and work through that, complete the assignments, and you'll score a badge for that. And we are looking forward to seeing you in a few short weeks here in State College. But welcome to week 2, and I hope you enjoy the program. Take care.